Hello, Direct Message Ministry family. It's Dallas Stewart, and you know what day it is, what time it is too. Today is Testimony Tuesday, and boy, do I have a testimony for you all. So come on in. So today I would like to share my testimony on how when I was in college and it was time to get ready to graduate, and you know, you have those final examinations, essays, and papers that you have to write. And my classmates and I, we had a paper that was due, a final test, and we did not know what to study. We had one teacher, everyone was like, oh, this teacher here. So she kind of did not favor a couple of the students, and a couple of students thought that she was purposely trying to have them to fail or whatnot, but I couldn't think about none of that because I had favor in God's sight and with that teacher, so that didn't apply to me. But at the time, I'm like, God, I really don't know what to study right along with them. And that same teacher was having study sessions, but in the study session, she was all over the place and the content was all over the place. We still did not know what to study. So I went home and I was telling God, I'm like, God, I need to know specifically what to study so that I could pass this test. Because right now, I don't know what's on it. My classmates don't know what's on it. And I got to finish school. So I'm like, I need for you to show me what's going to be on the test. Y'all, I'm up here thinking God was going to show me what was going to be on it in a dream. I just knew it was going to be through a dream because that's what I'm a dreamer. So when it wasn't coming in the dream and the clock was ticking, I'm like, God, I need to know what's on this test. I need to know. I'm constantly studying, still all over the place. And one day I was working on campus, and I just so happened to go into the office to drop something off. And there was a lady in the office. She was like, aren't you taking the test? And I said, yes, ma'am. She was like, come here. This is a list of questions that's going to be on y'all test. And I'm like, God, is this a setup? Because this is the questions that's going to be on the test. So it's like behavior-based type questions. And I'm just like, this is a little weird. I think this is a setup. But I looked over some of the questions, memorized them, and I got some of my classmates together. We had our own private study groups, and I gave them the questions, well, not the exact questions, but I gave them what I could remember was exactly on the test, so we all could be on one accord with our studying and what exactly we should be studying. And thankfully, everything that I have seen, the questions were similar to those questions. Not exactly, they were similar to those questions, and we all ended up passing. But just to think that I thought God was going to do it one way, and he did it another way. But I still trusted God to know that he was going to do it because I asked him to do it. It's just I had already had my mind made up how he was going to do it. And we can't tell God how to do anything. We don't know how he's going to do anything. And I want to read to you all James 1 verse 5. So if any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God that giveth to all men liberty and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. So I asked God for wisdom. I asked him what was going to be on the test, how to study, help me to study, help my classmates to study, and he did just that. And while I was asking God, what should I say on this Testimony Tuesday, he gave me their testimony to speak with you all. And as I was laying in bed, I was thinking about my pastor here in Memphis, Tennessee, and how he always was saying how he renovated our church and how God had gave him specific instructions. I'm like, God, all the videos he has online, I want to know exactly what he said so I don't misword anything that he said. And And God had him to say everything that I was in the bed laying down for last night. He had me to go back on today to listen to the message on Sunday because I missed the message because I was in children's church. And everything was in that message that he said on Sunday, that the pastor said on Sunday. So I was like, God, look at you. I be hearing. So the pastor was saying how our current church, it wasn't how it was back then. It had to have a lot of work done to it, and it needed a lot of renovations to it. And he said one day he was asleep, and the Holy Spirit told him to get an occupancy permit first. So he laying in bed like waking up like, get an occupancy permit? Don't know anything about that, not a contractor, none of that. And so with God's wisdom, according to James 1:5, God's wisdom, he needed help in that area of renovation with that new church and how to bring it to life. And God gave him just that wisdom that he needed to get that church up to par. And he said it was a builder that came to him and was like, how did you know to do that first? He said, God. That's that wisdom from God that we all need in every area of our life, whether it's taking a test, whether it's needing help with renovations to build a building, whether it's on your job, whether it's wisdom with your finances. It does not matter. The wisdom of God tells us what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. So in everything in life, we got to stop putting God in a box, and we got to know that God's wisdom, his thinking, is way better than ours. We can't just limit him to one area because he might show up in a whole different way. But we just know that we trust God to do what he does, and that he's not a man that he should lie. And one thing about God, he's standing 10 toes down on his word. How about you? So let's trust God. Let's ask God for his divine wisdom. And y'all, let's get to it. And that's my Testimony Tuesday. I hope you all be blessed, and I hope that this encouraged someone to have faith. I hope this encouraged you and increase your faith levels to trust God. We got to trust God on different levels this year, okay? All right.